If you have a young director like Patrick, I think it's helpful to him to have a very experienced second unit director. A lot of the meat in these movies is shot on second unit, especially the big action sequences.
Normally when you shoot a film, you might do, 10 weeks of first unit and a couple of weeks of second unit. But this film, because of its size and because of the actors we have, we had to assemble a full second unit, which is basically like doing 2 movies at once.
Basically, we are running 2 crews here. There is the first crew and the second unit. In the second unit, they're doing amazing stuff.
Obviously working with coordination with the director of first unit.
We hired Dan Bradley, who is probably the top action second unit director in the business for many, many years. And the footage that Dan is getting is unbelievable. I thought on the last film that we had action that we would be hard-pressed to even reach that level, and I already see that Dan has already gone beyond that.
You know, it would be a little lower.
Yes, you can.
Even if we get a separate camera, okay, just throw a camera down here so that there's that moment where it's like, it's going right over his head and I see it in the air, exploding right over your head. It's like 8 feet above your head.
Yeah, because here, we're going to come up here, use it, come home to Papa. Boom.
One of the things that audiences expect when they come to an Expendables movie is mind-blowing action and stuff that is really being done, that's not just being created just because it's green screen and completely CGI, but movie stars and stuntmen accomplishing amazing things.
I think part of the appeal of this franchise is the fact that, there are a bunch of guys here who can actually do some of this stuff. I was a karate champion, and Jason was an Olympic athlete. Stallone has done a lot of training. Arnold, of course, Mr. Universe. Terry, football player. We got the MMA champ over there, Randy. And not to speak of the new guys, boxing champion, female MMA champion. And we got a lot of people with real skills.
There are certain actors that are big action stars that you don't really buy as badasses. Like, you hang out on this set and you go, shoot. Like, all these dudes are not pretending, they're not acting, these guys are genuine badasses.
What about one of these guys? These guys are pussies.
A lot of times when you're working with actors, they can't do their own action. You have to double them. And in doubling them, you compromise your shots, which compromises the integrity of the action in the movie. With all of these guys, because there's so much experience in this movie for action movies, you just put the camera where it goes and let them do their thing.
It was all under control.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
It's really going to show in the film because when you have the actors involved in the action done by an action director like Dan Bradley, it's going to look unbelievable because it's the actor's face there, not a stuntman's face.
Go! Totally fine! Totally fine! Full of energy! We are brothers now! Good. Get to the roof. Yes, sir!
They really take some hits and falls. They're like athletes in a way. I mean, they're taking part of a lot of the action. It makes me realize how dedicated they are to their profession and to what they're doing.
They're like really kicking ass. You look at Rhonda. Rhonda is flying around a dude's head that's twice her size, throwing him down to the ground and delivering a punch. She's not faking. That's the real deal.
Because I come from a military background and because I was a fighter for so long, I am a big believer in preparation, execution, and recovery, and preparation being the key part of that. Like, I will schedule them every day. If I feel like they're not hitting it hard enough, I'll try and schedule them on the weekends too. Because how we practice is how we will perform. These kids are really hungry. They really want to do it and they want it to be great, and they know this is a big opportunity for them. Rhonda had a couple of signature throws that we didn't have in there that we added because I saw her do them. I was like, oh, hell yeah, we're doing that for sure. We're gonna rip somebody in half with that for sure. But the previs process for me is a flawless process. And this is just the way we do it. Prepare, execute, recover.
How we approach actually the action heroes was always,
as a metaphor, as something that is a little bit bigger than life, that is more choreographic than real. I like that kind of duality between comedy and action. I like to make the people know that the real violence is something drier than what we are doing here. What we're doing here is just big fun. You know, the bad guys are almost unrecognizable. They're not almost human beings. They're people who fall in a big choreography.
I can shoot the first two. Bam, bam. And then when I come here, I don't shoot. I just bam, bam, bam. I cross. I can shoot this guy. Bam, bam, bam. And then, and now shoot him downrange, downrange, downrange.